Shika from the Samosa Budget. I hope you guys are doing well. Today's video is going to be a June week 4 check-in and also a June recap. I already started filming this video on my phone because I was thinking I'd do an IGTV, but then I changed my mind. So here we are filming June week 4 check-in and the recap. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can support my channel and see more of my content. Now let's get right into the video. So June was probably the first month where I designed my budget planner inserts in this way. I'm the kind of person who puts everything in thinking I'd rather not miss anything. We use this budget planner, Excel, and also a budgeting app called You Need a Budget. We've used the app for almost 8 years and it's helped us loads, but using a physical budget planner and checking in every week has actually been a game changer. So if you haven't started doing that already, I really encourage you to start. It just forces you to take accountability of your spending and it still allows you to course correct throughout the month, especially at the beginning if your rate of spending is higher at the beginning than the end, which is the case for most people. As the money goes down, the spending usually goes down. So that's just a bit of backstory. We've got this month's focus, which just has like little sections where we've added things in to the budget, things we want at cash flow, such as for us it was a PS Online subscription and a spare battery for my camera. It is quite a cloudy day today and the picture is a bit overexposed, so I hope that this isn't coming across too like hard to view. But anyway, let's just get right into it. I've already put in all of the actual figures as I've been doing that every week in the check-ins, and I've added up all of our fixed variables expenses, how much we put into our sinking funds, debt payments, which we didn't really, I just realised I probably should not have put. Okay, so you can see I've already made a mistake here. We've got fixed expenses which came to around 1,800. But the 1,800 includes our debt minimum payments, and then I've also put the debt minimum payments as extra, and we didn't make any extra payments, so I'm just going to cross that out here. And then you'll see in our savings tracker I managed to find the figure for our emergency fund. We were building this heavily over the last 3 months as we took a mortgage holiday so we can start building up our emergency fund as I am on furlough. We managed to put away around 1,200 into our savings, and then we hit our goal of 1 month of income, and we're over 1 month income here for both of us. We have a cushion that we keep in our own accounts. Hubby gets paid in his personal account and I get paid in my personal account, and we put away £100 a month in both of our accounts. So that's £200 we put into our cushion, and sometimes we need to spend from that. And I sort of was quite hard on myself for doing that, but I just realised that that is what it's there for. It's essentially the same as sort of carrying in a negative into another month, but instead of doing that and forgetting to cover it, it's nice to have a little pot of money to take money from if we need it. So our ending balance is 547.43. I bought some passion planners, so I took that out of this pot. So I will be topping up the cushion this amount in the next month. And if you haven't checked out my July budget with me, I'll link it up here. It will be a brand new setup because I moved into the Erin Condren monthly planner for our budget for the next 12 months. And then for debts, you will see we've basically just been paying the minimums. This 175 here is a large amount as we just did a balance transfer onto the Tesco card. So we've got large balances. MBNA is our largest balance, but right now we're focusing on getting the blinds loan, which is 175 down, and our debt pay down this month was 3%. If we don't pay any extra, it will take us 2 years and 8 months to pay off our debt. But we're hoping to do this much sooner once my job situation is back on track and things are a bit more settled. As I said, I've already actualised the fixed expenses and the variable expenses. We budgeted £1,200, and then you can see that some of the figures we underspent by a fair amount, but what this doesn't take into account is we try and challenge ourselves to save from this money. So if we we try and save £50 every week or £200 for the month, and we hit that goal. We had planned to donate £100 to the Black Lives Movement fund, and we decided instead what we would do is put that £100, split it between hubby and I, and use that to support black owned businesses, like small businesses and independent businesses in the UK, as we feel like that will go directly towards black owned businesses. But that was our thinking anyway, and that's what we've decided to do with the money we've saved. We had quite a bit of Sinky Fund expenditure. We had a boiler service for the house that came out of there, and this house fund actually includes quite a few smaller categories rolled into one. Otherwise my Sinky Funds would be like a massive page, and just an example would be like a Costco membership, Amazon Prime, car insurance, home insurance, all rolls into this house Sinky Fund. And then we had my birthday, and hubby bought me a silhouette portrait machine, and so I started my sticker creation journey, and I'm hoping that if I can get good at this and get confident, then I would love to be able to sell stickers. So that is a goal. And then we had some birthdays that we bought some gifts for. So our ending balance is 2,862, and let me just tell you, this number it's really insane to think that before we didn't have money set aside for these sorts of things. We always had the house one because we were like, okay, we always need to pay for car insurance every year, but all of these things weren't so strict. We always tried to save at Christmas and it never happened. We would always end up taking from this pot, so it was not good. I guess at that point we should have started doing cash envelopes for these, so we couldn't touch that money quite easily. But anyway, since November last year, when we discovered the Budget Mom, that is when I decided to put Sinky Funds as a more stricter part of our budget planning process, and it is a large amount to put aside every month. That is a massive amount, and just to put it into context, we pay more for our sinking funds than we do on our debt. And one thing to note about that is, don't start off with loads if your budget can't deal with that. Start off with the key ones that seem to get you into trouble or make you reach for a credit card. We have added in more sinking funds, and you'll see that in my July budget. This is to plan for future spending, and I think that's so key, because if you know you're going to buy clothes for your kids or for yourself, then just put some money away every month, like £10-20, and the next thing you know, you've got a fairly decent amount to go shopping with. And then we come to our budget recap page. I don't share our income just because that's a bit personal, but this page has how much money we had left over in the various sections we're tracking. So for fixed expenses, we still had 36.42 left. Variable, we still had 136.37, and savings we put 200. And I guess this should probably be more because it includes, that figure should be, let's just do the math. So it is plus 235, is that right? And these are the various categories, the variable categories, and I haven't worked out the percentage yet. Maybe I can just do that now actually. So for example, if we do groceries, we spent 236, and in total we spent just over £1,000. So this is 22%. Clothing, which we've made into a sinking fund for the next month, accounted for, I'm just going to round these up, 11. Eating out, let's use the memory function, it's 13. Kitty was 5%. Household was, I'm going to round that up to 6. Home decor was 7%. We had to replace the extractor fan in our loo downstairs. Medical, it's 4%. Fuel was 40. What was 4%? 14. Okay, so I haven't put a percentage here for unbudgeted because we count the unbudgeted, we usually categorize them within this, and I can calculate, we know that we spent 126.36 on unbudgeted for the month of June, so that can give me a percentage overall. I really enjoyed using this page. It's just unbudgeted purchases, impulsive, and wish list, and I just wrote down anything we bought that I didn't plan for, anything I bought impulsive, and then I highlighted what I bought. And then here, which I realized I wasn't doing, this is just like the notes, dot grid notes, and we did some spending on our accounts that we usually use our variable expenses account for, and then I added that up to make sure we send that money back, because otherwise we had this balance sitting in our Monzo account and we needed to send some back to hubby and then back to me, and we're rolling over £50, so the closing balance on our Monzo account will be 34.82, and we work on a zero base, so that is good, and this money will probably send into our emergency fund. If we get to weekly check-in, you'll see that we have a fair amount of expenses, and we basically need to add up all of the expenses from the 21st through till the end. And if you've been here since the beginning of the month, you'll know that I cut off June's last 2 days, which is a bit ridiculous, but let's just quickly add these up. Okay, so we'll just go in the same order. This is the week 4 check-in page. So we'll go and do food first, which is, oh, I don't have my key with me. Okay, yeah, not sure where my key is. So food is this pistachio colour, so I will just add up. So that was 61. And then I will mark this off once I've added it. And then fun is the blue ones, so 9. We've had 0 for fuel, eating out. We've had 1 eating out, which is this purple one, which is 21. Household is 0. Home is 0. Miscellaneous is cigarettes, so that's 22. Medical is 0, and clothing we spent £70, or I spent £70. And then Kitty, we spent £2 on his treats, and then we've got 0 for car, and then I've got a few unbudgeted. This is my passion planners, and then I had to get some more sticker paper. So that is 37.62, and then I can get the balance from week 3's check-in. So we had 161. We spent 61 exactly. So balance was £100. We're done. Fun, we had 36.02 minus 9 at 27.02. Fuel is 0, and then eating out we had 0. So technically these, I'm gonna zero these out because we've covered the overspending. 0. Miscellaneous, again that was a -4 last week, so we're at -26, but I have covered that. Medical is 0. Clothing, we've covered the negatives for that, and then same with Kitty. Car is 0, and we've covered this 37.62 here. So this page, it will always look like we've got loads of money left, but we've actually used up most of this money for our savings, so that's something to be aware of. And then we're basically done for the month of June. Just gonna tick these off, and I think I need to have a think about possibly adding in a savings row, so it will show the true balances of this, I'm thinking, because that £100 isn't actually there. We've probably got £20 left, maybe, if that. I hope you guys can make sense of that and it wasn't too confusing, but I am figuring this out as I go, and I really want everything to be transparent and not just look things in my head that I have to keep remembering, because that's when it can all get on top of you a bit. So let me know how you guys did for the month of June. Were you guys on a budget, or did you have to make changes to your spending and your planning? I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.